Hi ladies, it's Ziva here. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming on back, and without further ado, let's get into this topic, which is all about how to go out, place yourself somewhere in the hopes of being approached by the type of men who you want to be approached by. That's what we're going to be discussing today. Right now, click that thumbs up button if you like these topics, and then I'll know to do more of them. So let's get into it. Now, let's say that you are wanting to be approached, okay? You really want to be approached. You've decided that, look, this is my year. This year, I'm going to be going out. I'm going to be putting myself into environments and into places for people to be able to approach me. I'm not just going to rely on online dating. I want to have a man come over to me, make his presence known, get my phone number, court me, and I want it done that way. Then this video is going to help you out. So you're going to want to put your best foot forward with your appearance first of all, because if you want somebody to see you and bother to stop what they're doing, come over to you, then you have to look like somebody who can command that attention for a man to stop what he's doing and actually come over. So get your look all the way together. This means look as girly as possible. So I want you having your makeup on. Make sure you take your time to do it. Don't rush it. I want you to have your hair done in a nice, simple, girly hairstyle. Then your perfume should be on. So you've got all of these things going for you. A heeled pair of footwear, you're going to have your nails painted, your toenails done. So you're going to want to put in your effort there first. That is the bulk of being approached. Men want to approach something that they like the look of because they are totally visual. After you have your look together, your perfume on, and you have now left your house, you are going to strategically place yourself into the areas where the men who you want to date are in. Whether you are looking for bankers, so you're going to go to the financial district in your city. Another example of area placement is if you're wanting to date a man in the legal field, then you're going to place yourself in areas where there are lots of solicitors' firms, where there are barrister chambers. Or perhaps you're not too fast and you're more like me, you don't mind what field these guys are working in, but you just want them to be in a certain area. Maybe they reside in a certain part of your city, and if that's the case, then you're going to head into that area of your city. But once you have put yourself into those areas, you're going to want to do this from about lunchtime anywhere up until about 6 p.m. You're going to strategically place yourself in these areas. Within those areas, you're going to be going to bars, so maybe it's a pub. Lots of men, businessmen, working men in the city, they love a good pub, especially in London. I'm not too sure about everywhere in the world. You could head to a pub or you could head to a restaurant with bar seating. So as long as your pub has a bar where you can sit, as long as the restaurant has bar seating where you can sit, not tables. You can do tables, but it's a lot easier to get those approaches when you're at a bar. When you enter this restaurant or pub, you are going to ooze femininity, you're going to ooze confidence, and you are going to look like, even if you are not it yet, you're going to come across and appear to be a woman who is totally comfortable in her own skin. That's your aim when you are leaving your house, when you're walking around these areas that you're going to, and when you're also walking into the venue that you have chosen to go to. When you go into the bar and sit down, you want to make sure that you're sitting somewhere that is easily accessible. So if somebody did notice you, obviously you need to be sitting somewhere you're easily visible as well, but it also has to be easily accessible. If somebody notices you and they want to come over, you need to be sitting somewhere that it's easy for them to just pop over and perhaps order something from the bar simultaneously, and then naturally be able to bring up a conversation with you. Or maybe they are just going to the bar anyway and you're sitting right there where they're going to be ordering, and they like the look of you and they get talking to you that way. When you look vibrant, you look confident, you're speaking to the bar staff and maybe having a little giggle with them, you just look more approachable at that point, and it makes somebody even more likely to approach you than if you weren't having that small talk conversation with the bar staff, because it just makes them see that you're open to having conversations and that you won't necessarily shut them down if they try to come over and have a conversation with you also. In essence, it's about you looking your best, going into the areas with the men who you want to date are in, and making yourself accessible and visible. That is the aim of the game, and once you're doing this continuously, you're going to feel more comfortable doing it. I know that lots of you ladies are still a bit nervous about doing this, or you just maybe feel a bit uncomfortable because you're not used to going out by yourself, you don't want to look desperate, etc. But if you look really nice, you're not going to look desperate, because you're going to look like you could be out on a date right now, but you can't be bothered. That's how you need to look. You need to look like, I could be out on a date right now, but I'm choosing to be here right now by myself, just to relax, decompress, wind down, have a drink, and you know, that's it. That's how you need to look, and that's the vibe that you need to have internally as well. Another tip for when you're actually sitting at the bar is to obviously stay off of your phone. If you were a guy wanting to approach a woman at a bar, and let's be honest, most of the time if you're a guy, you're at a bar because you want to meet women anyway, and you know, you get to kill two birds with one stone by getting to have a drink with your friends. If you were going into that kind of environment wanting to meet a woman, and you see one that you like the look of and she has her face right in her screen, aren't you going to feel like, okay, she's busy, I don't want to bother her, it looks like she's really engrossed in whatever she's doing, I'm going to, you know, I don't want to interrupt her, I don't want to bother her. But if she was sitting there looking around, looking happy, talking to the bar staff, having a sip of her drink, licking her lips, you know, just looking like a woman, not rushing, not looking like she's so bothered, she's so stressed out, she's nervous, but just looking in her element, that's going to make you, if you're a guy, more likely to actually go over to her. So you want to make sure that you're doing the exact same thing. So be in your element and have your drink. If you're not happy with where you are or you don't like that bar, then you leave it and you go somewhere else that same day or another day, whenever you feel in the mood. But my last piece of advice is to make sure that you do try to actually do this quite regularly, because if you don't, when you get into it, you might be a bit rusty and just not feel as comfortable sitting at the bar alone as you were when you were doing it regularly. On that note, I'm going to love you and leave you here. Thank you so much for watching. Comment below the kind of venues that you go to when you are going out, seeing if maybe an approach might happen. What's your most successful look that you're wearing when men approach you? I would love to know in the comments, and also it would definitely help other women, so make sure you comment that below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share with other like-minded women, and I will see you lovely ladies in my next video very, very soon. Mwah.